Hello, welcome to the Bronze Heart. My name is Wesdormu and today we take a look at some tips and tricks for housing. I'm going over some ways to improve your building experience no matter how much you've played it. I've made this list based on questions and comments on my previous videos, as well as questions from my guild and my own experiences. I want to say thank you to everyone who interacted with my video so far, and please keep commenting on things I forget or should add in the future. Hide and show your character. While building, you will see your character by default. I'm going to show you how to create a macro to hide your character. So first you want to open up your macro window by typing /m in your chat box and hit enter. This will open up your macro window. Then you hit the new button and create a new macro. I called it hide/show player, and you enter /console show player in the macro box. Then you save it and you can drag it to your action bar. Then when you press it on your action bar, you see that my character disappears. Now if I also use Alt-Z to hide my UI, I can get a very clean shot of the room that I'm in without my character in the way. This means that my character will also not be in the way when I'm trying to build something new. Next, I want to go over the floor editor, how you can cycle through floors and how to move and delete them. So down here at the right bottom, there's a little button that shows you what floor you are on, and if you have multiple floors, you can change floors there as well. You can see me go all the way up to floor 3 and even floor 4. If there are no restrictions to a room, you can either delete or move them. Sometimes you deal with restrictions. For example, a room can be sandwiched between two other rooms, and deleting said room would disconnect one of the rooms from the main building and therefore become inaccessible. Taking this into consideration, I think it's fairly safe to say that it's extremely important which room you are going to pick first. It is also because of this that I grinded out my housing levels to level 5 before I started this serious build, because I wanted the large square room as my first room in the house. Right now it is possible to move furnished rooms. Just know that if you have to rotate your room, your furniture will rotate as well. Next, I like to go a little bit further into the stacking and moving of items. If you snap items in place on top of each other, you can move them around, going with the bottom layer first and anything that is stacked on top of it. If you turn something around and then use the undo button, which you will find in the bottom of your UI, you can undo the last adjustment you made to an item. This goes for enlarging and for turning, but it only works on the last action you did. So if you turn it and then hit the undo button, it will go back to its previous place. This only works for turning it around and sizing it up and down. If you move the item, it does not go back to its previous position with the undo button. The thing I would like to point out is that so far we've been using the grid function when moving stuff around. But we can also use the snap to grid button at the top of our screen, or press C to turn this off. Another thing we can turn on and off is the collision setting or the clipping setting. You can use the V button as a hotkey or the button in your UI to do this. Next, I'd like to show you how to retrieve a stuck item. Did you lose your item inside a wall, or was it launched to Jupiter? Here's an easy way to retrieve it. When you lost an item, simply go to the advanced editing settings or the advanced editing mode. Go to the top right corner of your screen and select your placed item list. There you can navigate to the item you lost and retrieve it. Another useful trick is to sink a stool. So you can just grab a small wooden stool and sink it into the object that you would like to sit on to create a sitting space. And there you have it, an easy way to sit on a log. The next tip is a tool trick tip. Now, when you are hovering over an item in decorate mode, you'll see the name of the item at the top of the screen, underneath the rest of the UI. If you select customize mode, you will be able to see the tooltip next to your cursor. One more inside tip is to keep things lit. When you are decorating, it can get quite dark inside the house, so just setting up some candles before you start in an area or halfway through to see how the light actually influences the scene that you are trying to create. Just play around with it, you will find it useful more often than not. Our final tip is one to collect more housing decorations. As we all know, professions are a very good source for housing decor. If you don't have all the professions yourself, you can also go to the auction house and buy the decor there. As having done that myself, I can tell you it's going to be a very expensive endeavor, so let me show you a little bit of a cheaper option. If you want, you can filter on uncollected items only, so you don't order something you already have, if completion the collection is your main goal here. Then from the list of items available, you pick an item you want, you decide if it's a public, guild or personal order, and you provide the needed materials. Then you pay a commission or a fee, and you place the order, and that is that. From then, you just wait patiently next to your mailbox until your order is completed. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Now, were there any tips or tricks that you found particularly great? Or are there some things that I left out and should have mentioned? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for spending some time here at Bronze Heart. I'll be sharing more tutorials very soon, along with relaxed house tours and updates on player housing as things develop. If that sounds like your kind of space, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and know you're always welcome by the fire. I'll see you next time.